Okay, back at it. All right, so normally what I do after I crimp these, I go ahead and write a little bit on a sheet of paper, whatever it is that I loaded up. For handgun rounds, I just throw them in a baggie. For rifle rounds, I have cases, stuff like that. All right, so let's take this out. Seating die. Let's get my crimp die. And see exactly where we need to be. So I'm going to run it up in there. Not yet. I don't know if it's down to that. I'm going to adjust it. That you probably can't tell, but the ring is not all the way down. All right, so the ring is all the way down now. Okay, I feel a little bit of pressure, so I'm going to press it all the way through. Come back, and that's a good, nice crimp. So just as you do that, okay, I'll go through that again. So you'll have your die. Press it up in there one time, see if you feel any pressure. You can actually pull it down till you feel there's some pressure right there. You can kind of feel it touching the case. Back it off. Go down a little bit on your case until you feel with the handle, feel pressure. There's some pressure right there. Press it all the way through. See how the crimp is. Leaves a little bit more, so I'm going to crank it down just a hair more. That lock ring in there. Run it through. Crimp it again. Now that's a good tight crimp. Here is one that is not crimped. And there is one that is crimped. See how it's crimped right into that die there? Crimp, uncrimped, crimped. Right into that crimp ring. That one's done. That one's done. And there we go. Take these off the trays, crimp them real quick. All it does is just roll that case mouth back around, gripping the bullet so that the bullet will not move upon recoil from the revolver. On revolver rounds, you'll do this kind of roll crimp is what this is. I'm rolling the brass into the bullet. On, say, 9mm or 45 or something like that. Something that is an automatic. A lot of times you'll do a taper crimp, which doesn't actually roll the edge of the case into the bullet. It just tightens the entire mouth of the case down around the bullet. It's a little bit different. Still does the same thing if you even do that. For many years I shot 9mm, and I don't recall doing any kind of special taper crimp or anything like that. Those were also cheap. Do it quick and get a lot of pistol practice in. So, a little bit different. On revolver rounds, I always crimp these down. I'm just kind of looking at them as they come out. I can feel it when it goes down. I can feel it crimping that case into the lead there. You don't want to do too much of a crimp. Too much is bad. Too little is bad. It's just a trial and error. A lot of times once you kind of do it enough, you can look at it and just tell that's a nice, smooth roll crimp right into that crimp groove. And just from experience, you'll get to a point where it's nice and easy. Kind of like the way that blue bullet looks in that case. Looks good. It's about time I do another shooting video with the 357. Maybe I'll get out a couple of my polymer 9s. Haven't shot my 45 in a while. May do that as well. Again, 45s, I don't reload 45 either. It does cost, the bulk stuff does cost more than 9mm, but for me to buy the components and do it, reload it, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense for me to do that. If I were doing it for competition maybe, and I wanted an exact load, but I just shoot my pistols for fun. So for 9mm and 45, I just bought bulk stuff, cheap bulk, mil spec, ball ammo, and go to it. All right, this goes pretty quick. And this is basically the end of the process. This is it. These are ready to load and fire at this point. I will see if I can get out to the range and put some shooting footage on the end of this video to show you how these shoot. Just so you know that how the shoot from what was actually you saw me load. And maybe you want to load it exactly the same way. Always, no matter what anybody says on the internet, including me, start low, work up, and be safe when you're reloading. Thank you for coming. Like, subscribe, hit the notification button, tell your friends, help me grow this channel. I'm starting to get more and more subscribers every day. I'm really looking to try to hit the 1,000 subscriber mark in about 6 months from now. So if you can help me start to pass these along, if there's any video that you would like me to do, in particular, a certain video, if I have the components or I can get the components and I can do it, I will try to put something together. I hope this kind of answered a question that was posed on one of my other videos about how I set up the dies. Another comment was that they liked watching somebody go through the whole process. So I've done a couple of videos where I've gone through the whole process. This one, 38 Special. I also did another one where I was reloading for my PRS rifle. And I did that start to finish. So go look at that video as well. All right, here we are back out at the range. I'm going to start out shooting these 38 Special blue bullets. That is 158 grains over 5 grains of unique. And I haven't shot pistols in a while, so let's see how I do. I may miss every one of these. I may not. This is a 686 plus, so it's 7 rounds. L-frame revolver, 4-inch barrel. One of my favorite handguns that I own. All right, here we go. Let's see how it happens. All right, got a couple light primer strikes, so let's check and see what we got here. As I said in that video, I said that might be an issue. So let's look and see what we got here. We'll put them back in here. Put a third one in here. Index it. And let's try it again. Got 3 rounds, so I'm going to try to shoot the top 3 on the right here. See how it works. Got to look through the bottom of my glasses here to see the target. Well, that didn't work out too good. Let me get some more rounds. All right, shooting a few more. I may have to adjust this trigger a little bit, getting a few light primer strikes. That's all right. I've worked on it before. I can work on it again. Put these in this pocket. All right, let's see what I can do. Let's start out single action to begin with. Okay. As you can see, there's not much recoil. Very nice. Another light strike, I believe. Let's check and see. Nope, that's just all of them. All right. Not bad. See you on the next video. Well, that brings us to the end of reloading 38 Special from beginning to end. I hope you like the content. If you like more videos like this, split up into different parts, let me know. If you would rather have it in one long, hour-long video, let me know that too. Please like, subscribe, comment down below, hit that notification bell so that you'll be notified when our next video comes out. Help me by going to my website, bluebirdpnt.com. Have a great day, and God bless the USA.